Hello everyone, today's topic is various method to print exception information, and I will also discuss about try with multiple catch block. In the previous lecture we had discussed about the handling exception handling by using try catch. Without try catch what will happen, and with try catch what will happen, we have already discussed, and we have seen different try catch block, how the execution will flow, and we have seen different case or fact about the try catch flow of execution. So in this lecture I basically going to discuss the various method to print the exception information, such as I am going to discuss about the print stack trace method, and I also want to discuss about toString method and getMessage method. What are the difference between the print stack trace and toString and getMessage? We will see, or we will explain with an example. We will see some also coding code also in this example, and I will discuss about the try with multiple catch block. What will happen when a single try block followed by two catch block? What are the order of exception we have to maintain, exception class we have to maintain? I will discuss in this lecture. Important method to print exception information. Okay. So method, various method to print exception information. It means that if there any exception arise in my program, so what will I have to do? So how can I get the what kind of information is? So what kind of exception is, if I don't know about the exception? So first I am taking the same example, but a tricky way so that you can understand it. So I am taking the class test class, and within we have a method public static void main string args, and within public static method I have taken a try catch, for example try, and within only one statement I am taking for simplicity, system that out dot println 10/0, right, 10/0, and we have to handle it by using catch block. So catch arithmetic exception A, and within this catch block, if anything, so any exception arise here, that will be handled by this catch block, and within I have just taking one of the method. This is my exception object E, and I am just calling this method print stack stack trace trace, okay, trace, print stack trace. This is the important method. Another method, so I want to print the what are the exception arise. So system dot out dot println, I just want to print this one, okay. Next I want to print the exception, so E dot toString method, toString, so toString method, right. Then I want to print system dot out dot println E dot get message, then I have close it, public static void main close, class test is close. So in this example if any exception is arise, so what will the output? So I will get a runtime exception. So we know that the exception will show that java dot lang dot arithmetic exception. I am just writing in short arithmetic exception followed by 0, followed by 0, that is the message. Then where it is, where in test class. Okay, so test dot main method, right, that is the total information, that will normally print if I do not use those method, normally that will be print. So in this if I use e dot print stack trace, what will print? The total information will be print this method. So if you use just only print stack trace, so that's including where the location of the exception arise, all detail will be print by this method. And if I use this line, will print this one. So if I use only toString method, so only just give the name of the exception. So only I will get as a output java dot lang dot arithmetic exception, just I will get the description only, name and description by 0. This information will be print by this method. And similarly, and if I want to use the get message, then only I will get the description of the exception. So while I will only get y0, right. So so from this we can conclude that we have a three method. So one of the method is called print stack trace, second method is toString method, and third one is get message method. So we can use one of the method, or these two information, this exception E and toString method print only by this method, and print stack trace is also include this one also by the location. So if I use simply this statement, I will get this statement and this are same. So it will give only the java dot long arithmetic exception by 0, what is just exactly the name of the exception and by 0. And if I would get message, I just only get the description of the exception. And if I use the print stack trace, so I will get the all information regarding this exception. That is the difference between the three method, and this three method is very useful to get the information about the exception. What kind of exception arise in your program, you will get all the information using three method. That is all about the method which are available in handling code. Next we will talk about try block with multiple catch statement. Okay. So let us say I am just not writing whatever the code inside it, whatever it is, I am just using catch statement, then I am just used exception E, exception E. Within this catch I have another catch block, and this catch block, for example arithmetic exception E, right. So how many catch blockers is there? 2. So try with the topic is try with multiple catch block, multiple catch block. So one of the possible combination of this one, and take another combination of this multiple catch block,
try, then I have write a catch block, but first we have write the arithmetic exception. Arithmetic exception E, and then I have taken another catch block with exception E. So, I have already covered the hierarchy of exception class, right. So, in this example, look at this. First we have written exception. So, exception is a super class compared to arithmetic exception class, because it is a runtime exception, and the super class of this arithmetic exception is exception class, right. But here first we have to write the child class, then super class. Okay. So, now tell me which one is the correct and which one is the valid or which one invalid. If it is valid, why it is valid and why it is invalid. So, let me tell, for example, here I want to print system.out.println. For example, I want to print 10 by 0. Okay. So, some exception may be arise. So, it is a arithmetic exception, right. So, if it is arithmetic exception, so this is a super class always going to hold the handle this code. So, this catch block will handle this code, and after that when there is a arithmetic exception, so first super class already handle this code. So, there is a compilation error, right. So, there is a compilation error. Why? Because we cannot write multiple catch block order of exception higher to lower hierarchy. So, but here we can write, suppose this is the same example, system.out.println 10 by 0. So, going to arise the arithmetic exception, first that will be handled by this exception, and if it is okay, then this block is also okay, right. So, we cannot interchange it. So, always try to give the multiple catch block in such a way that first the child class, then super class, not the first super class then child class. So, order of exception class is also important, please keep that in mind, and this block is always valid. This block is try with multiple catch always valid. So, this one is valid and this is invalid due to this reason, because only one I have handled all this exception. After that I am going to again I am redefine this exception by using catch block. So, in this way it is not recommended. So, it is highly recommended, please go through the hierarchy of exception class so that you can understand. Okay. You will get so many information from your book also. So, please go through the lecture, you will get all the information regarding the hierarchy of exception class. We have already discussed in the previous lecture also. Now, in this lecture I have just discussed how can I handle, or we can say customize exception handling by using try catch block. We have already discussed, and we have discussed the flow of execution of try catch block. Here we have discussed flow of execution of try catch block with several case may be arise, and then I have covered also very important method which is related to exception information. So, if I want to go print the information, exception information, so what are the important method are available? So, print track trace, toString and get message. These are the three important method is available if I want to get the information regarding the exception, and we can use the multiple catch block with a single try block. So, this question is very important for your exam. So, how can you handle one try catch with multiple catch block? This question is very important for your exam. In the next lecture I am going to cover, so what is the difference between the try, what is the difference between final, finally and finalize keyword, what is the finally block, and various combination, or around 25 combination I am going to discuss in next lecture, try catch finally. So this is the very important. Hope this is very clear to you. This concept is very clear to you. See you in next class. Thank you.
Let's consider the practical example. We have already discussed in theoretically. So right now, check the code whether what will be the output in this code. So I have taken the class name test1, and within the public static void main I have given a class a system.out.println, and it will calculate divide by 0. So definitely it will give an arithmetic exception. So that's why within the try block, so I have given this sensitive code, or we can say it's a risky code. So I have already kept it here. So next I want to catch this exception. What is the exception? So here I have already given the arithmetic exception, because we know that with this syntax I will get the, with this code I will get the arithmetic exception. That's why here within the catch block the name of the exception is arithmetic exception. Then is the object. So we already discussed about that, how the object will be created, exception object will be created, and from this line we will first I will see. So if I use system dot out dot println e, what will be the output? Even I will see e dot print stack trace, what will be the output? So let me one by one. So I am just moving all those lines, just comment it. So just only I want to print e dot print stack trace, what will be the output? Let me execute this one. Yes, I got the full information. Name of the exception java.lang.arithmetic exception, and that is the description of the exception. What is the description? By 0, and this is the location where the exception is arise, test.main method, right? So now move on to the next one. So let me put a comment line here. So now I only want to know the system.out.println, what will be the output. So let me execute once again. Here I only get the information about the description of this exception. So name and the description of the exception, right? Now if I want to print this one to string method, do the same thing. Let me explain. So we have seen that in system.out.println, and if I want to print the object, so it will print the same thing as it is to string method. So both two methods are same. So let me execute the next one. If I want to use the get message, so what will be the output? Only by 0. So means only the description of this exception. So in this example I have just demonstrated various methods to get the information regarding the exception. So if I use the e.print stack trace, then I will get all the information regarding the name, description and location also. But if I use system.out.println and toString, both methods are giving me the same result. So it gives me the same result, right? Both two methods here same. This one and this one both are same, but only this one is different, right? And this one is different. Okay. So next move on the next example, where I want to explain or demonstrate with the coding example that if I use the multiple catch block, So let me write some handling code here. Suppose so nothing is written here. Suppose I want to use multiple catch with try block. Okay. So one of the try block is this one, and another catch block is this one. I want to use another catch block. Okay. But here I am writing the name of the exception is exception E. Right. Here I want to show that. Here I want to know that. So if I write multiple catch block, what will happen? So here I have not written it. For example, if I give some message, for example, system.out.println hello. So hello will be printed here. If any exception arises, so suppose I want to give 10 by 2. So 10 by 2 means it will print 5, right? So here so in this example I have used only one try block and multiple catch block. So how many catch block is there? 2 catch block, right? But 2 catch block, but first one is the child class and this is the super class, right? Main class. So first the child class, then super class, no problem. And if any exception arises in this line, then what will happen? Corresponding catch block will be executed, this one. Okay. So I will see that there is no error in compilation. Also runtime there is no error. Okay. So let me execute this one. So I am expecting output 10 by 2, that is 5. Yes, that is right. Right. So here the exception is arise. Here in this try block exception is arise, and the corresponding catch block, this line is executed. Okay. But here I want to explain the hierarchy of exception. In that sense, if I write the arithmetic exception within this block, what will happen? Let me change. Okay. So let me modify this one. Arithmetic exception is here, and I want to exception class, that is super class is first. Same example, exception. Same example, but I have changed the order of exception, hierarchy exception. Okay, order of hierarchy exception. So in this example, I am expecting, as I mentioned earlier, that we cannot use the super class first, then child class. So there is a syntax error already handled. That is, if I want to compile this run this one, so there is a error. So unresolved compilation problem, because the catch block for arithmetic exception is already handled by another catch block for exception handling at test.main. So from this example you can say that if I want to use, I am just using the same example, but only I have modified the exception class. First I have used the from hierarchy I have used the super class exception, then I use the child class arithmetic exception. Okay. So that's why there is a compilation error. But if I change the order of exception, first arithmetic exception, then exception, there is no problem. So if I maintain the hierarchy of exception in any program, so there is no problem if I use the multiple catch block. That's all about this program. If I use the multiple catch block, we have to always maintain the hierarchy of exception classes, right? So in this lecture we have covered multiple method, or you can say different method to print exception information. We have seen print stack trace, we have seen toString method, we have seen get message, and we have already discussed what are the difference between these three methods. When we will get the all information, whether I will get the only description of the exception message, whether I will get only the name of the exception, we have already discussed. Okay. And we have also discussed, if I use different catch block, we have this different catch block, what will happen, what are the order of exception we have to maintain, whether we have to use the child class first or we have to use the super class first. So, in this example we have already discussed that the always we have to, if there is a multiple catch block, so we will always have to first we have to declare the catch block which consists of child class, then after that we have to use the super class, it may be any. Okay. And we have also discussed try without catch block and try with catch block, and also we have discussed different issue regarding the exception handling in multiple catch block, what are the combination. In next lecture I am going to discuss finally block and what are the difference between the final, finally and finalize. This is a very important topic for your exam. Most of the time you will get this common question, what is final, what is finally and what is finalize. These two terms I am going to discuss in the next lecture.